Lawsuits, harassment, revenge. Anything can happen in love and war. So let's get right into the tea of the worst dates that actually happen to people. Bad Tinder match threatening to sue for defamation. Burner account, obviously. Oh, they're using a burner account. They're scared. They got sued. Now they're scared. TLDR, I think I stepped in crazy. What did I do? I matched on Tinder and moved the conversation to Line. Is a Line like Japanese? Or like it's Asian countries use Line? After messaging for a day, decided to video chat using Google Meet. Google Meet? What kind of boomers? Yeah, I realized in hindsight this was an error. Wait, why? Is it why is it an error specifically in Google Meet? Did you get like each other's information? Spoke for a few hours and had a good time. No sparks from me, but she seemed really clever and funny. Mentioned she was a human rights lawyer and wanted a family, and that the last boyfriend led her on for 5 very fertile years and left her. She was obviously greatly hurt by this. I openly discussed being separated and already having children of my own. The next day, she began messaging me incessantly online, to the point that I had to mention that I was working and I'd be happy to chat again later that night. They videoed again and the discussion was easy and conversation flowed. She again mentioned having a family and I told her that she should pursue that. It's greatly rewarding, but I didn't want to lead her on and I couldn't be that for her. She was immediately wounded and upset, claiming that I was insensitive and assuming too much. I apologized and said I knew that a family was important to her and that the last guy was awful, and I wanted to be upfront and there would be no romantic involvement between us. We wished each other a good night and ended the call. Yeah, you know, see, this is going pretty normal so far. What could possibly happen? What bad things could possibly happen? This seems like the case that any sane judge would throw out. Yeah, I wonder how she will flip this into like doing something so worthy. What will happen? The drama. The next day, she messaged me repeatedly about how hurt she was and emailed me a letter that she had written to her sister. In it was a lengthy rant about how insensitive I was. Block her, please. At this point, just block her. And it included a huge leaps of logic and a few outright fabrications about what I said or my intentions. I responded simply saying that I was sorry that she was hurt. I was only trying to be honest and that I didn't truly enjoy our conversations. But given how upset she was, I thought it was best that we didn't speak that night. She replied immediately, demanding we talk. I ignored the emails. During dinner, she attempted to contact me via Line. I refused to call and turned off my phone. When I returned home from visiting my sons and turned my phone on, there were 8 missed Line calls and over 25 messages. Each were more irate and incoherent than the last. You know, I feel like there might be... I feel like there might be something bigger going on with her. I immediately unmatched on Tinder, blocked her online, deleted the conversation and blocked her email on Google. As my Instagram was linked to Tinder, have since unlinked, good. She began messaging me there, demanding to be unblocked. I blocked her there as well as Twitter, where she also found me. She's crazy! Oh my gosh, this is so scary, honestly. The next day, her family members began emailing me, advocating for me to speak to her and unblock her. For her family? She got her What did she lie to her family about him? So that they would like jump in as well, or is everyone in the family crazy? I replied that I didn't know her. We had only spoken twice and we had no relationship and that I was not interested in speaking to her again. I mentioned that her gross reaction was a troubling sign and that it was possible that she needed mental help. I agree, you know, her family should step in at that moment and be like, oh, maybe we should help you with your mental a little bit, and implore them to help her in any way that they could. I then asked them to never contact me again, and I blocked the email. Yes, again, in hindsight, I see that I should have not have responded to this email at all. Later that same day, another relative emailed me, obviously written by her, that she was going to sue me under Japanese law for defamation of character for saying she needed mental help to her own family. He said that to her own family. That's not defamation. It would be defamation if he yelled it to post it about it on his social media. Like, here, this person, this lawyer is crazy. Someone need to check up on her. But he literally told it to her family. I deleted and blocked the email. So, you're an absolute trooper for reading all of that nonsense. Sorry about that. How messed up am I? I feel like it's an empty threat. But she did say she was a human rights lawyer. And she strikes me as a type with a lot of time on her hands and a bunch of hurt that needs to be put somewhere. Yeah, I feel like she might try, but as you said before, I don't think a lawyer will really, listen to it. It will go nowhere in court. He might have a good cause for harassment and even stalking at this point. Yeah, he can open up his own case. He should get the police involved at this point. I agree. Oh my god, imagine if she just finds out where he lives as well. He needs a restraining order at this point. Oh yeah, someone in the comments as well says, for future reference, stop deleting stuff. Block them all you want, but now you have no longer any evidence of just how irrational and aggressive she has been. So if she really is crazy enough to try to sue you, you have no counter evidence. Yes, screenshot every single thing. That is very important. Screenshot everything. If someone is being mean to you, screenshot that because it will get deleted and then you'll have no evidence. This is something that will 100% not go into court. But this is so scary. You have to be so careful because there's so many weird people in the world that you unfortunately have to be careful of. I'm glad that they at least learned now that unlink everything. Don't let anyone know where you live and stuff like that. Oh, I have a fun one. It's a revenge story. This is from r/petty revenge. We love some petty revenge. How I got back at the pushy guy on a bad first date. I'm really excited to know what the revenge is. When I was 18 years old, 10 years ago, I was doing some online dating. I lived in the US and I'm about 15 minutes from the Canadian border. My date and I went to Canada together on the first date because I couldn't drink in the US but could in Canada, and we wanted to go to a bar/casino. He picked me up in his little sports car and we rode together through the border crossing and to the casino. We played some games and had some drinks and we were having a decent time. It got to a point where I was decently drunk and I knew if I had any more alcohol, I would be out of commission. I told my date I was done drinking and wanted to start heading home. Instead of listening to me, he went and got us both another round of drinks and he handed me a big Long Island iced tea. I told him point blank that I couldn't drink it and I was at my limit. He didn't take that too kindly and got pushy. He told me, you have to drink it. I bought it for you. If you don't drink it, you're gonna make me waste money. No matter how many times I told him no, he continued to push me like this. I got very frustrated and upset because I was alone with this pushy man in another country and I was very upset with myself for getting into this situation. We argued for a while and eventually I snapped and formulated a little plan. He agreed to take me home after I finished the drink. I took the drink from him and chugged it. We got into his car and started for the border. The important to note that this guy was very proud of this car. He spent the whole drive to the border telling me about all the features and how much he loved it. I spent the whole drive ignoring him and focusing on keeping my sick stomach under control. My goal was to make it through the border crossing at least, which was proving very difficult. We did eventually make it through the border crossing, and as soon as we made it back to the US, I turned my him in the eyes and I told him I didn't appreciate how you forced alcohol down my throat after I repeatedly told you no. I know my limits and you ignored and disrespected me. I said I couldn't drink anymore for a reason. Then, while maintaining direct eye contact with him, I started vomiting in his car. I knew this was coming and specifically oriented myself to cause as much damage as possible. I threw up on the seat, the floor, the dash, etc. He was freaking out and I was already started crying and telling him this was his fault and he could either take me home or let me out of the car now, but I will call the police if he doesn't proceed with the one of the two options. He dropped me off at home and I never saw him again. Heart emoji. Let's go with Love a Strong Lady. Yes, she's so base for that, honestly. She was 18. Imagine. I feel like a lot of the times, when you're 18, you're like scared and you don't really know what to do in a situation like that where someone is being pushy and being mean to you. But she knew exactly what to do. I feel like he will never do that ever again. This is so beautiful. The car is going to smell for a long time. Yeah, the cleaning is gonna be so expensive. Where's the cow when you need it? Yeah. I thought we respected the human rights over here, but whatever. Imagine this whole scene. It must have been so beautiful just looking directly eye contact. I just saw projectile vomiting over everything. He must have been so scared. Honestly, a horror movie, like The Grudge or something like that. She must have thought that she was possessed or something. Oh, absolutely beautiful. She is so strong for that. So brave and so strong. Yeah, the comments agree as well. Eye contact while vomiting is a grade A power move. I don't think I've ever kept my eyes open while puking. Should have filled up in the vents. Oh yeah! Imagine just putting your mouth towards the vents and puking inside the vents. You can't really clean in there, can you? You would have to take the whole car apart if you were to clean there. It's insane. If you really wanted to play hardball, you could have told the US border control agent that the guy had taken you across the border and forced drinks on you. Oh, that is true. Or we could, however, I grew by the Canada border and went to casinos bars there frequently at age 19. I would not have done it unless I felt like I was truly in danger. The odds are that they would both end up spending hours being questioned that night. In addition, a flag would likely be placed on OP, and OP would have to go through additional screenings every time OP went from another country in the future. That doesn't make sense to me that they would have like a flag on them for being a victim. Am I the butthole for complimenting my brother's boyfriend? My brother, 21 male, has a boyfriend, 23 male, who is absolutely gorgeous. Just straight up a beautiful man. Not only that, he is funny, kind, sweet, and has boyish humor, and is masculine. You know, do you love her boyfriend? Do you have a crush on her boyfriend? Like my brother and I clearly have the same taste in men. She does have a crush on her boyfriend, on his boyfriend. However, not only would I never date anyone my brother's in a relationship with, his brother is gay too. Oh, yeah, his boyfriend is gay, so literally zero chance anywhere. That being said, I compliment him a lot and I play flirt with him. A little weird. Yesterday, I was just in a playful mood and I really piled it on. I was giving him shoulder rubs, complimenting his facial hair. He's usually clean shaven. I tripped and grabbed his arm to catch myself and went, oh, and squeezed his arm. Then I brought him a soda and said, here you go, handsome. This is way too much. My brother was visibly pissed off. But since I'd done this sort of thing before, albeit not this much, he'd never seemed mad, so I thought it was something else. His boyfriend eventually left to pick up some food, and my brother let me have it. I kept explaining that it's just a joke, and he shouldn't be mad that someone is complimenting his boyfriend. Am I the butthole? I think she is. You know, it's like one thing of like complimenting him, and then her brother saying like, oh, I don't really like this, and then she's like, oh, you don't like this, then I will stop. Of course I will stop if you don't like it. But she's like, it's just a joke. You've been too serious about this. You can't be mad. Like, are you seriously mad about me complimenting your boyfriend? I'm just being nice. Oh my gosh! Listen to people's boundaries! Pretty sure that's more than complimenting. Yeah! Like feeling him up, squeezing his arm. Like, sure, like, oh, I like what you did with your hair today. That's fine. Oh, I like your clothes today. You have a really nice style. Squeezing someone's arm and saying, oh, wow, what a handsome guy you are. You're so beautiful. That's completely different. You can't do that to someone. That's harassment. You're harassing the poor guy. It's also like a thing. A lot of the times I like to think, like, what if the roles were reversed, honestly? Because a lot of the times you can kind of like pass off people doing things just because it's like in the norm or out of the norm of the gender perspective. But what if it was the opposite gender? Then she would definitely see how wrong that was, I would say. Hopefully. Your phone is looking good today, Dino. Thank you. See, that's a good compliment. Where's our harassment? Yeah, it's not harassment if it's harassment. They're different things. Men cannot get away with stuff like that. It goes against the bro code, yeah. Bros can't caress other people's bros, unfortunately. Like in a lot of cases, it's a problem once it becomes physical, yeah. It's also definitely a problem when people say, I don't like this, and then you continue anyway, and then just deny that you were in the wrong, yeah. That's gross. Gay men don't want to be groped and touched or fawned over by women. The fact that it's your brother's boyfriend just makes it times more inappropriate and weird. Creepy, even. Yeah. Oh yeah, that is something as well. Like, specifically, like, gay men. A lot of women can see them as, like, an object. And, like, oh wow, you're not scary because you're gay. And, like, I can do whatever I want to you because you're gay. You're just a toy because you're gay. That makes me mad. Like, when people say, like, oh my gosh, I just want a gay friend. Like, why would you not just want to have a friend? Why specify their sexuality? That's a little weird, man. It's kind of like you only see them as an object, as like a handbag, you know? Oh, this one's kind of fun as well. Not fun, haha, fun. Wait, is it removed? Did it get removed? No! It got removed! No! I can retell it though. I did read this one, so I can retell this one. Am I the butt face for getting my waitress fired for messing up a date with a girl? Basically, this guy goes on first dates with so many women at different locations, but the second date is always the same. And you know, it's a way like, sure, if you're going to date other people, you know, that's fine. You're checking out people, like trying to connect with people. You may have not been able to connect with people and stuff like that. But for months, I feel like even like years, or at least months, he's been going to this same place for every second date. And he tells the girls every single time, like, there's this new cool spot that's like a Chinese place that I've heard raving reviews about. So I would love to take you there. He says the same thing for everyone. And he he goes there specifically because they have really cheap drinks and really cheap food, and he finds the food delicious as well, so that's why he wants to go there. So they go to this restaurant, and as the waiter, he says, has always given him dirty looks, or like just like strange looks, strange glances every single time he's there with a new girl. And there's the one time he was there with this girl that he actually genuinely really liked and felt like he had a really good connection with, and he thought that, you know, maybe this is the one. As the waiter comes up to him though, she says like, oh, are you here again? Do you want to have the usual? And he gets so mad. He doesn't say much. They just order and have their food and it's fine. But he's really mad about this, that she just exposed that he usually goes there. And since he has told this girl that I've never been here before, and now she found out that he's a regular. He's like, oh my gosh, my whole plan is ruined. She's gonna hate me. So the next day he goes back to this restaurant and she's not working there. So he goes to the boss and tells him about this. She ruined his date. He's really mad about this, and he will not come back here again unless she apologizes and doesn't do anything like weird like that again. The next time he comes back to this restaurant, he gets to know that the waitress got fired over this. So I feel like he must have like spurred on some other things, like said things that might have not been true, because why? First of all, would you fire your staff for just like saying, are you coming back here? And that's basically the story. And then you're asking like, am I the butthole for, you know, getting her fired? Oh, the OP is a coward. Yeah, like literally, you don't have to tell people that it's a new place you want to try out. You can just be honest and be like, oh, I really like this place. I've been here a couple of times, and do you want to join me? Do you want to see this restaurant that I really like? They're really cheap and everything, so it's like a great deal. You will love this place. I think I know why he deleted the post. Yeah. A lot of the times I've been like, whenever I was looking for posts, a lot of them were deleted, and I think that it is because like everyone's like, you're the butthole. And like, no, I'm gonna delete this. If I said how I feel about this guy, I would get timed out. Yeah, like he's... Honestly, I wish for the lady that this did ruin the date for her, and she left him and never came back. Because like, you wouldn't want to be with someone who lies to you and treats wait staff like that. I think that that is like the biggest red flag that someone can show, is being mean to the wait staff, because like they might be nice to you, but if they're mean to wait staff, you can definitely see how they're treating strangers that don't really have like a great effect on his life. And that means that he will treat you like this in later on in life after he got you. And a really good place. Do you want to go there? How hard is it to say? Yeah! And especially since, you know, I feel like that would help them to bond as well a little bit. Oh, I like this place. I want to visit this place that you really like. Like, we can talk about it. Like, oh, what do you really like about this place? What do you usually order her? And he can be like, oh, I usually order this. Let me show you everything. I'll take care of you. He's just 100% trying to hook up. Oh yeah, maybe actually. Yeah, because the drinks are cheap and people don't usually, you know, kiss on the first date. So he's taking them there on the second date so he can get them wasted. Now we're making assumptions, but you know, it might be true. You might be right. At least that girl kept up her post even though she was in the wrong. Yeah, she was brave. Okay, let's read the next Reddit story. Am I the butthole for walking out on a double date my friend set up with him, his girlfriend, and a girl I had already rejected before? I feel like I need to say this for this post to not be removed. This is not about the date, about the relationship or something I want a judgment on me walking out of there. Cast. Me, 25 male, Joel, 26 male, and Jane, 24 female. To give you a little background of the situation, I met Jane through Joe's girlfriend at her birthday party last year. At first, Jane was fun to talk to, but not even an hour later, Jane was really into me and tried really badly to hit on me during the party, which pretty much ruined my time there, as the feeling was not mutual in the slightest. But also at the time, I was already with someone. He already had a partner! You can't flirt with someone. Did he tell her that? And she still kept flirting, because that's bad. So the first impression I got from Jane was that she was clingy, annoying, and just couldn't stop bothering me. Unfortunately, for me, she became part of my larger friend group because she is part of Joe's girlfriend's friend group. That is a mouthful, sheesh. And because me and Joe hang out a lot, and I am also friends with his girlfriend, I pretty much run into her at a minimum of twice a month. So, first time Jane asked me out was a month after the party. I informed her that I was already with someone and not interested. She tried again 2 months later when I broke up with my... Okay, that's fine then. When I broke up with my girlfriend. Again, I declined her advances and told her I was not interested. I got to a new relationship not long after, but unfortunately, she and I broke up about 2 months ago. Since then, as you might have anticipated, Jane had asked me out again. I said no again. God, she really wants him. He must be really good. Well, that brings us to this week. Everything has been opening up here, and Joe had been trying to fix me up with a friend of his girlfriend. I would not tell me who. He's well aware of me having rejected Jane multiple times and the fact that I'm not interested in her. He knows this in detail. After a lot of what he calls convincing, and I call whining, I had no interest in dating anytime soon. I relented and decided to agree to his double date idea of his. We agreed at meeting in Joe's apartment, and lo and behold, Joe, his girlfriend, and Jane are occupying the dinner table, obviously intending for my date to be Jane. I honestly just got so goddamn angry that I couldn't even get a single word out, turned around and left. I have been bombarded with texts and calls about how much of a douche I am and how terribly hurt Jane is and so on. And I'm just like, I literally rejected her 3 times. I'm not interested in her. You knew that. Your girlfriend knew that. Our entire friend group had a running joke about obsessive Jane. FFS. So literally everyone knows it. So am I the butthole? What do we think? He's not the butthole at all, in my opinion. His friends are. They know. What are they trying? They're trying to set 2 magnets that are polar opposite to each other. If you want something to happen, you have to let it be natural. The more clingy and the more they try to force something, he will get just more annoyed. I feel like she might have had a chance after those 3 times if she just laid off and was like, oh, okay, I'll give you your space and then we can become friends and then maybe you'll like me after that. But that they cornered him. Forcing him to go on a date with her and be like, oh, maybe you'll like her if you go on an actual date with him. Maybe you'll like her now. It's so weird. Yeah, those are not good friends at all. Yeah, if they say no, just leave them alone and be happy you have a friend. Yeah, that's something as well that I don't understand. How people see relationships as black and white. Because if you really want to be in a relationship with someone, wouldn't you be happy to be their friend as well? Because if they're that amazing that you want to become in a relationship with them, they should be amazing enough for you to want to be their friend as well. And there's so many times where just people reject people and then they're like, oh, you don't want to be my significant other? Well, I guess I'll leave then. I guess I'll never talk to you again. Like, why? Why is that the only option? You can be friends. So weird. Oh yeah, and as well as this comment, not the butthole, but your friend obviously is. Setting someone up with someone who rejected that person is cruel. Not the fact that you turn around. I would honestly hate to say, like, I feel like this was really mean to Jane as well, because I feel like they must have known that they know he doesn't like her, so they set Jane up for another rejection. Like, there's no way that would have gone well for like any of them. So now Jane is hurt and Joe is hurt, or whatever OP's name is. Everyone is hurt in that scenario. The last person I love fell in love with a friend of mine right in front of my eyes, but I'm so happy for them, and I stood over myself because they are wonderful together, and I can't stress enough how much I cheer them on to be happy. Oh, that's really sweet of you, Kex. That is very, very mature of you, Kex. I feel that is like such a right response, because like, as well, like, if you love someone, you want them to be happy, even if it's like with or without you. No yandere business here. Like, you're only supposed to be happy with me. No, that's possessive. You don't own a person. It's sometimes painful to be friends with someone that has rejected you. I don't blame anyone that doesn't want to be friends with someone that rejected them, at least for the time being. Maybe they can be friends later. Okay, I definitely see that actually as well. It's like, sure, if like you're hurt, not being friends with them for your own mental health, that is totally, fine and acceptable. But not being friends with them because there are some people who are like, oh well, then you're not of use to me anymore because you don't want to be my partner. That's weird. But 100% if you're hurt and then like think about it every time you look at them, like, oh, just feel a little melancholy. If you need time away from someone, you should definitely take it. Your mental health is the most important. It's sad though, to lose such a great friendship. Like, having someone that you like so much that you want to spend the rest of their life together and then not being friends with them after. Okay, let's read this one. This is the one. Oh yeah, this is the one that's really wholesome and sweet. And it is Am I the Butthole? But it is basically like so wholesome. Am I the butthole for taking my daughter's boyfriend out to dinner? My 14-year-old daughter may have been dating this boy Felix, also 14, for a couple of months now. He's a nice boy, really polite, but I can tell he most likely isn't from a well-to-do family. I don't have a problem with this though, because as I said, he seems really like a really good person, and that is what counts. He was going to take my daughter out for ice cream earlier today, and while he was waiting for her to get ready, he asked me if he could have some peanut butter. I said, oh, don't you want to save room for the date? But he explained he didn't have enough money to buy something for himself. Aw, he always paid on their dates as far as I know. Oh, that's so sad, that's so sweet. He pays for her food, for her ice cream. 14 years old and so generous. Aw, so sweet. The poor kid was so hungry. I could hear his stomach growling. I offered to give him some money, but he said he's not allowed to accept cash. I then asked him if he'd be alright if I took him out to dinner with my daughter. And he called his mom and she said it was okay. When May came downstairs, I told her the new plan. She was upset and thought I did that. No, she was upset and thought it was lame that I would be with them. I said I could just sit in the car as she could call me when it was time to pick up the check. But she was having none of it and said she was going out with some friends instead. No. It was a little embarrassing since she basically dumped him in front of me. But I kind of just moved on and asked Felix if he still wanted to go. He said yes, so I took him down to Wendy's. We had a good time, but when I told May where I'd been, she was furious. She accused me of liking her boyfriend romantically. that I shouldn't have gone on a date with him without her. I reminded her that I'd given her an option and she refused. But she said that didn't change anything, and now she can't trust me with any of her boyfriends. I tried to tell her I'm not interested in her boyfriend at all, but she just ran to her room. I feel bad for her, but I don't think I did anything wrong. Am I the butthole? Oh my gosh. Dang. She needs a better parent. What? She's so weird for that. What do you mean? I mean the child. The mother was so wholesome, like feeding this kid, like taking care of her boyfriend, like, oh, you're hungry? There's a 40-year-old child. Are you hungry? Let me feed you. Because you're so hungry. And you buy my daughter ice cream when you can't even afford it. It's so sweet. So it was the mom. Oh my gosh. A 40-year-old doesn't really like to hang around with their parents, but come on, yeah. Oh, this is just childish emotions taking over. Yeah, you can't really blame the child because, like, specifically since she is in her teenage years, like, their formative teenage years, and that's usually when you're really rebelling and, you hate being seen with your parents and everything. But honestly, she needs a talking to. She needs a talking to. You don't disrespect people like that because, like, she just disrespected the boyfriend. Not only the mother, but her boyfriend she disrespected, right? And she just had the worst breakup to him. He must have been so sad. Like, oh, the girlfriend that I really like and treat really well, she just wants to hang out with her friends instead of me. Because, like, even if it's, like, something that the mom did wrong, she could have been like, no, mom, you're not allowed. I'm gonna take my boyfriend and we're gonna go out and have fun alone. You're not allowed, mom. You're cringe. She could have done that. And not just like, oh, well, now I don't want to be with my boyfriend anymore because you ruined that. Hormones can make children act in wild ways. Yeah. My mom's lucky I was never I don't think I was rebelling. Yeah, I was a pretty. I think I was a good child. I don't remember now. I'll have to go ask her. Like, there's Nana Mama. Was I always a brat? Yeah. Was I always a brat, or is that a recent thing that happened to me? But I hope you guys enjoyed the Reddit stories and had a nice time. You can check out my latest Reddit reading about horrible Valentine's Day stories now. And give me a follow if you want to see more readings in the future.